Chosen one, there's a reason you were instructed to receive this message alone. Pause everything. Stop scrolling. Stop multitasking. Let nothing else compete for your attention right now. If others are around you, this moment is not meant for them. If there is background noise, quiet it. If your thoughts are racing ahead to what comes next, set them down for a moment. God has interrupted your day intentionally to speak something that cannot be understood in fragments. This is not background sound. This is not something to half listen to. It is meant to be received in stillness, fully present, with nothing else pulling at you. And if you cannot give that attention right now, save this and return when you can, because what is being released requires all of you, not a divided mind. Take a slow, deep breath. Notice the tension in your chest. Notice how loud your thoughts have been lately. Notice how your spirit has felt crowded even when you were physically alone. That isn't coincidence. That isn't just pressure or stress. That is spiritual movement. God drew you here, away from everything and everyone, to reveal what is actually happening beneath the surface and why you are being asked to remain quiet just a little longer. Understand this first. God told you to watch this alone because what He is about to show you cannot survive being filtered through other people's opinions, questions, or energy. Some truths are deeply personal, perfectly timed, and assigned only to you. Allowing others into the space while you receive them would weaken their impact. This is one of those moments. This is one of those messages. This is a divine interruption designed for one listener. Others would only hear words. You are about to receive confirmation. You've been feeling separated lately, haven't you? Not just alone physically, but distant emotionally and spiritually. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely disconnected. Conversations happen, but nothing seems to land. You show up, but your spirit feels elsewhere, and you've been questioning yourself, wondering what's wrong with you, wondering why you feel this way. You've been asking yourself if you're isolating on purpose, if you're becoming distant, antisocial, or withdrawn. You've wondered whether you're pushing people away or slowly disconnecting from the world. But chosen one, what if none of that is true? What if what you're experiencing isn't isolation at all, but insulation? What if God has been wrapping you, shielding you, surrounding you in a spiritual covering? He's been pulling you away from noise, drama, expectations, and even well-intended voices that would interfere with what He's doing inside you right now. You are in formation. You are being reshaped, recalibrated, upgraded at a depth that cannot happen publicly. This work cannot take place in conversations, explanations, or emotional exchanges. It cannot happen while you're trying to make people understand something they don't have the capacity to perceive. So God removed the audience. He cleared the room. He lowered the volume of the outside world, not to punish you with loneliness, but to protect you during transition. And here is why that protection became necessary. Someone has been testing you, maybe more than one person, not openly, not aggressively, but quietly and strategically. Subtle comments, innocent sounding questions, topics that somehow reopen old wounds, remarks that appear harmless but leave your spirit unsettled. And the most confusing part is that you can't easily call it out. On the surface, everything looks fine, but your spirit knows, your discernment senses what your logic can't prove. You felt almost guilty for being bothered by things that technically weren't attacks, but they were. Just because a smile is present doesn't mean there isn't a blade behind it. Soft words don't guarantee pure intentions. Concern can still be controlled. And God saw it, God felt it, and God said, enough. That is why He separated you. That is why He redirected you into quiet. That is why He keeps telling you to hold your tongue just a little longer. Because if you respond now, if you explain now, if you defend now, you give access to people who no longer have clearance to the next level God is bringing you into. Let this settle deeply. Not everyone who had access to your last season is authorized for the next one. Not everyone who understood the old version of you is meant to understand who you are becoming. Not everyone who walked with you through past struggles is assigned to walk with you into what's next. And that isn't cruelty. That isn't coldness. That is wisdom. That is boundaries. That is protection. The version of you God is unveiling cannot exist uncomfortably around people who are still trying to relate to who you used to be. You've noticed a shift recently. Things you once tolerated now drain you. Conversations that were once normal now feel heavy. People you used to enjoy now exhaust you. Environments you once navigated with ease now feel suffocating. Drama that once pulled you in now pushes you away instantly. And you've questioned yourself. You've wondered if you're becoming too sensitive, too rigid, too distant. But what if you aren't changing for the worse? What if your spirit has simply risen to a frequency where dysfunction, false energy, and chaos no longer resonate? What if God adjusted your spiritual sensitivity so you can no longer sit comfortably in what was never meant to be permanent? Here is the truth. God is teaching you a new language, the language of discernment, the language of silence, the language of boundaries without explanation, the language of walking away without closure, the language of trusting what you sense even when you can't logically prove it. And this language cannot be learned in noise. It cannot be learned in crowds. It cannot be learned while constantly defending yourself to people who question your growth. It must be learned alone, in stillness, in separation, in the quiet space between who you were and who you are becoming. And that space, that uncomfortable, uncertain in between, is exactly where you are right now. You are no longer who you used to be, but you haven't fully stepped into who you're becoming. You're shedding an old skin, but the new one hasn't completely formed. You've left familiar ground, but you haven't arrived at the destination yet. This space feels exposed, it feels unstable, it feels unclear, but it is also sacred. It is necessary. It is where transformation happens. Growth doesn't happen by staying comfortable. It happens by surrendering to a process that looks like loss but leads to elevation. Here's what has been happening behind the scenes. The enemy recognizes transition when it begins. He knows when God is shifting you, repositioning you, preparing you for something larger than before. He cannot undo what God has already ordained. He cannot cancel what has already been spoken over your life. He cannot block what has already been released. But he can attempt one thing: distraction. He's been trying to provoke you, to drain you, to confuse you, to pull you into emotional reactions instead of strategic responses, to get you defending yourself instead of trusting God to defend you, to get you explaining yourself instead of letting your life speak for itself. So he's sent situation after situation, conversation after conversation, each one designed to lure you out of stillness. Every test had the same goal: to make you talk when God asked you to be silent, to make you react when God asked you to stay aligned. Because if he can get you to break your silence early, even briefly, he can slow what's coming. Not cancel it, but delay it. And delay is the only weapon he has left. That's why God has been firm with you. That's why you keep feeling redirected back into quiet. That's why your peace is being guarded so intensely, because your silence right now is not weakness. SS. It is strategy. Every day you don't react is a failed plan. Every conversation you don't engage is a trap avoided. Every explanation you refuse to give is energy preserved. Your stillness is active. Your obedience is powerful. Your restraint is warfare, and obedience always positions you for breakthrough. Now let's talk about the guilt, because it's been weighing on you. You feel guilty for pulling back, guilty for not being as available as you once were, guilty for not explaining yourself, guilty for protecting your energy even when it disappoints others. That guilt presses on your chest and whispers that you're being selfish, unkind, or distant. But hear this clearly: boundaries are not betrayal. Distance is not rejection. Silence is not cruelty. Protection is not punishment. You are not responsible for managing how people feel about your obedience to God. You are not responsible for making others comfortable with your growth. You are not called to stay small so others can feel secure. Your first responsibility is to God and to the assignment he has entrusted to you. And here is what is coming. Sooner than you realize, the fog will lift, the confusion will clear, the quiet will break. When that happens, what has been hidden will no longer stay hidden. Motives you couldn't identify will be exposed. Intentions you couldn't prove will become obvious. Resistance you sensed but couldn't name will surface. Jealousy that smiled will reveal itself. Manipulation that sounded gentle will lose its mask. Control disguised as concern will be seen for what it truly was. Not because you confronted anyone, not because you defended yourself, not because you forced the truth out, but because God saw it all and God is handling it. When that exposure comes, you will finally understand why He told you to stay silent. You'll see why speaking too soon would have worked against you. If you had explained yourself, your words could have been twisted. If you had defended yourself, your motives could have been questioned. If you had reacted emotionally, your alignment could have been delayed. But because you stayed still, God gets to defend you. And when God defends you, there is no argument, no manipulation, no distortion. The truth simply stands. Understand this clearly. This exposure is not about revenge. It is about clarity. It is not meant to harm others. It is meant to free you. It is not about embarrassment. It is about boundaries. Because once the truth is revealed, you will know exactly who belongs in your next season and who does not. You will know which relationships deserve investment and which ones require release. You will know which voices to trust and which ones to ignore. That clarity, that discernment, is the gift being formed in this quiet place. So right now, your assignment is simple. Stay still, stay quiet, stay aligned. Don't defend, don't explain, don't react, don't rush, don't force anything. Trust instead. Trust that God sees what you see. Trust that He knows what you know. Trust that He feels what you feel. Trust that He is already working in ways you cannot yet perceive. Trust that His timing is precise, even when it feels slow. Trust that His silence is preparation, not absence. And while you are waiting, while you are remaining still, something powerful is happening beneath the surface. God is strengthening you. He is deepening your roots so that when the blessing arrives, you can sustain it. He is expanding your capacity so when the door opens, you can walk through it without collapsing under the weight. He is sharpening your discernment so when deception tries again, you will recognize it immediately. He is fortifying your boundaries so when they are tested, you won't bend. He is anchoring your identity so when criticism comes, it won't shake you. He is securing your peace so when chaos surrounds you, it will not enter you. This season of silence is not empty. It is full of preparation, full of transformation, full of divine movement happening where the eye cannot see. You may not feel it yet. You may not recognize it yet, but it is happening. And very soon, you will step into what God has been preparing, and you will look back on this quiet stretch with gratitude. You will realize that what felt like isolation was actually incubation. What felt like delay was actually development. What felt like silence was strategy. There is one more thing you need to understand before moving forward. The version of you that emerges from this season will be unrecognizable. Not to God, He has always known who you are, but to people, to the enemy, even to yourself. You will walk with a confidence that does not seek validation. You will speak with an authority that does not ask permission. You will move with clarity that requires no explanation. You will love with security that does not depend on return. You will serve with purpose that does not require applause. People will notice. They will ask what happened. They will wonder what changed. And you may not even have words for it because the deepest work was done in private, in the secret place, in moments no one witnessed but God. That is the power of this season. That is the reason for this separation. That is why you were instructed to receive this alone. So remain here, stay still, stay surrendered. Trust that when the timing is right, when the preparation is complete, when the formation is finished, God will release you. And when He does, nothing and no one will be able to stop what He has already begun. Now let's talk about what you've been feeling in your body, because your physical state has been responding to this spiritual shift. You've been more exhausted than usual. Not the kind of tired that disappears after a good night's sleep. This is deeper. It settles into your bones. It makes you cancel plans without being sick. It pulls you to bed earlier, yet you wake up still drained. And you've wondered if something is wrong with you, if you should see a doctor, if something is breaking down. But chosen one, nothing is wrong with you. Your body is responding to spiritual weight. You are carrying something in the spirit that your physical form can feel but cannot fully interpret. When God is reshaping someone, when He is releasing revelation, installing new levels of discernment and authority, the body experiences it as heaviness, pressure, and fatigue. What is happening in the spiritual realm is being processed through the natural one. That is why rest is not optional right now. You cannot push through this season the way you did before. Your spirit is working overtime, so your body requires stillness. Your spirit is being recalibrated, so your body needs quiet. Your spirit is being upgraded, so your body needs space to recover. And it hasn't just been physical. Emotionally, you've been riding waves. One moment you feel fine, and the next tears surface without warning. One moment you're calm, and the next sadness arrives without explanation. Hope rises, then questions follow. And nothing specific triggered it. No argument, no event. It just happens. These emotional shifts don't need to be fixed. They need to be understood. What you're experiencing is the old version of you fading and the new version forming. And both death and birth are messy. Both are painful. Both are necessary. You cannot carry the old identity into the new assignment. Something has to end so something else can begin. What you feel is not destruction, it is transition. You are releasing attachments that no longer fit. You are mourning versions of yourself that no longer serve your future. And yes, that hurts, but it is not breaking you, it is birthing you. Let me speak to your dreams because they haven't been random. You've been having dreams that feel unusually vivid, almost more real than your waking life. Dreams where you're searching for something but never quite find it. Dreams where you try to speak but no sound comes out. Dreams where you're in familiar places yet everything feels altered. Dreams where people you know don't act like themselves. Dreams that wake you suddenly, heart racing, mind unsettled. You may have brushed them off as stress or an overactive mind, but they are not meaningless. Your subconscious is processing what your conscious mind hasn't fully caught up to yet. Your spirit is communicating changes happening beyond what your natural senses can track. The searchy NG reflects your soul reaching for the next level. The inability to speak mirrors a season where God is restraining your voice. Familiar places feeling different reveal your perception shifting. People acting like strangers point to relationships changing as you change. These dreams are not confusion, they are communication. They are showing you what is happening spiritually while you are still learning how to understand it naturally. And there's something else you've noticed but maybe haven't said out loud. Signs, repeating numbers, certain times on the clock that keep catching your eye. Songs that play at the exact moment you needed them. Conversations you overhear that speak directly to your situation. Scriptures that suddenly feel alive when you read them. Messages that feel tailored just for you. You've wondered if you're imagining patterns, if you're reading too much into things, but you're not. These confirmations are intentional. God is speaking to you in a language your spirit understands. He is leaving markers along the path. When the way forward feels unclear, He is reminding you that you are seen, guided, and not alone. Every repetition is a gentle nudge. Every perfectly timed moment is reassurance. Every synchronicity is evidence that this season is not accidental. It is designed. And now hear this clearly, this season of silence will end. It is not permanent, it is appointed. And when it concludes, God will signal you. You will sense the shift before you see it. You will know before circumstances change. And when that moment arrives, movement will be swift. Doors you stopped knocking on will open on their own. Opportunities you released will begin to pursue you. People you stopped reaching out to will suddenly reach out to you. Resources you no longer chased will appear. Clarity you stopped searching for will download effortlessly. Direction that once felt hidden will become obvious. And none of it will happen because you forced it. None of it will be because you manipulated timing or pushed your way through. It will happen because God's timing met your obedience. And when those two align, momentum becomes supernatural. But understand this, when God releases you from silence, when He gives you permission to speak again, your voice will carry a different weight. Your words will land differently. Your presence will shift rooms without effort. You are not coming out of this season the same way you entered it. You went in needing reassurance. You are coming out secure. You went in reactive. You are coming out responsive. You went in defensive. You are coming out discerning. You went in loud. You are coming out powerful. There is a difference between loud and powerful. Loud demands attention. Powerful commands it without asking. People will notice immediately. Some will celebrate the change. They will sense the shift in you and be drawn to it. They will value your presence, respect your boundaries, and seek your perspective. These are the people meant for your next season. They can handle who you are becoming. Others will not celebrate it. Your peace will make them uncomfortable. Your boundaries will feel threatening. They will reference who you used to be to pull you back into old patterns. They will test your growth to see if it's real. They will call you changed as if it's an insult. They will say you're different as if different is something negative. But here is the truth. God is teaching you. Change is not betrayal. Growth is not abandonment. Evolution is not arrogance. You are allowed to outgrow people, places, and even former versions of yourself. You do not owe anyone an apology for becoming who God always intended you to be. This is why the silence was necessary. If you had been talking through every shift, explaining every boundary, defending every change, you would have given others the power to influence your transformation. You would have opened doors for opinions that could confuse you, voices that could delay you. But because you stayed quiet, processed privately, and held your peace, you protected what God was doing. And now, no one can undo it, no one can reverse it, no one can interfere. It is complete, it is sealed, it is permanent. As you prepare to step out of this season, remember this: you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to defend anything. You don't have to explain anything. Your life will be the evidence. Your peace will be the testimony. Your growth will be the proof. Let your transformation speak louder than words ever could. Let your alignment communicate volumes in places where your voice isn't needed. Let your obedience open doors that effort alone could never force open. When people ask what happened, how you changed, or what shifted, you may choose to answer, but you don't have to. The ones meant to understand will recognize it. The ones belonging to your next season will celebrate it without needing a full explanation. And those who question it, resist it, or doubt it are simply revealing that they aren't part of what's next. And that is perfectly okay. Not everyone is called to what you are called to. Not everyone can handle what you are about to carry. If this message landed in your life at the exact moment you needed it, respond. Type "Aman" in the comments, not as ritual, but as a declaration that you heard God, that you trust His timing over your feelings, His silence over your need to speak, His process over your desire for comfort. That single word aligns you with heaven. And when you agree with heaven, heaven moves. And if this message brought clarity, peace, or confirmation to what you've been feeling but couldn't name, hit the like button. It seems small, but it helps this message reach others who are in the same season, who are staying quiet, who need to know that their silence is not weakness, it is obedience. And before this closes, hear this one final time and let it settle deep. Your silence was never weakness. It was wisdom. Your stillness was never delay. It was strategy. Your separation was never punishment. It was protection. God was not pushing you away from people. He was pulling you closer to purpose. He was not hiding you to forget you. He was preparing you to reveal you. Stay close to God. Stay quiet before people. Stay aligned with what you know He has been shaping inside you. Because what comes next will require the version of you that was formed in the quiet, not the version that existed in noise. The strength you carry now was built where no one applauded. The clarity you walk with was sharpened where no one could see. The authority you are stepping into was developed when you chose obedience over explanation. When God releases you, you will not need to announce it. Your presence will speak. Your peace will speak. Your discernment will speak. Doors will open without you knocking. Favor will meet you without you chasing it. And the right people will recognize you without needing you to convince them. The wrong people will fall away without you forcing distance. Everything will realign naturally because you are realigned spiritually. Do not rush this. Do not second guess this. Do not let guilt pull you backward into places God already pulled you out of. What He is doing in you is intentional. What He is building through you is necessary. And what he is preparing you for is bigger than what you've been leaving behind. So remain steady, remain surrendered, remain faithful in the quiet, because when the silence finally lifts, when the season turns, when God says now, you will move with a confidence that doesn't shake, a clarity that doesn't bend, and a peace that doesn't break. This is why you were told to watch this alone, because this wasn't information, it was confirmation. And confirmation doesn't need an audience, it only needs obedience.